According to what is written in the book of Genesis, Noah's Ark was an enormous structure constructed at God's direction that protected Noah, his family, and two of every variety of land animals from the worldwide flood that occurred 350 years ago. Welcome to my channel Wonderworld. Before diving into the mystery, there is a small reminder: if you are really interested in this kind of information, do not hesitate to subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell icon. If you don't want to miss out on our new videos. Army employing ghillie on turkeys in 1959. For a NATO aerial reconnaissance mission to survey an uncharted region in the Turkish highlands, Captain Ellen de Rupener flies a plane. The flight is routine until Captain Darren notices something strange. He is essentially flying over the center of Norway when he notices an amazing formation in the rocks below. He took a picture of it. The captain is shocked to see what appears to be the remains of a substantial ship that is 6,500 feet above sea level. Some people think he may have just solved a huge biblical puzzle that has baffled people for millennia. When the photo is taken, what would a boat be doing up there? Adam and Eve are the first humans after God creates the universe, and they go on to populate the earth. Noah was born 10 generations later, and according to Genesis, God starts to lose faith in people during the time of Noah. Humankind begins to become evil and sinful. God sees all this and is very, very displeased with it, and he basically decides to press the reset button. He's going to start over. The Ark is a very large ship. It is built to survive the impending deadly flood that will cover the earth, according to the book of Genesis. The flood lasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and the Ark eventually came to rest on the mountains of Ararat as the floods eventually receded back into the earth. God spares Noah and his family on the condition that he must build an ark and fill it with pairs of each animal that lives on the planet. According to historians and religious researchers, the Great Flood fable has long served as a metaphor and a warning that God punishes wrongdoing. Aerial photography by Darren was taken just a few kilometers south of them, which is a large peak in Turkey. According to research, a significant flood may have actually occurred close to where Darren's picture was taken in Turkey, and at the bottom of the saltwater Black Sea, they find remains of freshwater animals dating back to the last ice age. Darren's photos spark a real firestorm of controversy and excitement, and people are very excited because if these pictures actually represent Noah's Ark, they will be able to prove that everything the Bible says about this entire event is true. Additionally, according to the theory, bedrock investigations utilizing soil samples reveal that this area was previously a freshwater lake before it abruptly altered. A gigantic glacier that had been there for almost 8,000 years suddenly collapsed, causing the Mediterranean Sea to swell dramatically and flood the whole region, including what is now the Black Sea. Leonard Simmons, a Royal Air Force officer, passes away in England in the 1980s. Simmons had a very interesting life and traveled extensively over the world and the Mediterranean region. He also collected a variety of antiquities, which he brought back to England. One day in 1985, Douglas Simmons, the son of Simmons, arrives with a tiny clay tablet that is 4 inches high, not very large, and is written in the ancient Mesopotamian script known as cuneiform on both the front and back. One day in 1985, Douglas Simmons, the son of Simmons, arrives with a tiny clay tablet that approximately 4 inches high and not very large. Its front and back are covered in the ancient Mesopotamian writing known as cuneiform. Dr. Irving Finkel, the chief curator of Near Eastern artifacts at the British Museum, is present when Simmons meets with him. Finkel appears to be truly amazed as he works with this text. He is aware that every scratch on the tablet is made of gold. His eyes scan the first line, and he is nearly overcome with excitement. Finkel asks Simmons if he could keep the tablet to fully translate it, but Simmons declined. As a lifelong student of ancient cuneiform writings, Finkel is aware that this tablet is unique. Over 130,000 of these clay cuneiform tablets are housed in Finkel's department at the British Museum, the majority of which were discovered in Iraq in 1852. Ancient Mesopotamians mainly employed uniforms to keep track of things like the quantity of ducks needed for a feast and other similar things, but they also preserved at least one exciting historical account. The poem describes King Gilgamesh's deeds as the ruler of ancient Mesopotamia, a region close to modern-day Iraq. The Epic of Gilgamesh, which almost closely fits the account of Noah's Ark, is believed to have been written between 3,000 and 4,000 years ago. The epic opens with a tremendous flood that the gods send and that practically destroys everything. Majority of experts, but it's important to remember that this story was written at least 1,000 years before the story of Noah's Arkansas. Finally, I'm pretty sure that at many points in history, a group of people put their heads together and figured out a way to endure a massive flood. In 2004, it took place in Indonesia. It happened in 2005 after Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, and it certainly happened 5,000 years ago, inspiring a story that brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for being to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think about this video below in the comments section.